Tigers. Last week we started working on adding 3 sets of 2-digit numbers. Show me a quiet thumb if you remember that. Great, everybody remembers that. We took strategies that we already knew and we just applied them to something new, and we're going to do that same thing today. Today we're going to use base 10 blocks and other strategies to solve addition problems. Remember that last week we talked about how lumberjacks cut down those really tall trees? Who can remind me what we talked about? Thanks, Lola, for the quiet symbol. You want to go ahead and say it? Yeah.
What you said was if there was a really tall tree, they can't just cut it down from the bottom because sometimes they'll get worried, so they cut off little chunks at a time. They start from the top and go down.
Exactly. So we're going to do sort of that same thing today. We're going to work on just taking these numbers and doing chunks of things that we already know. So pretty much whenever we do number string story, I'll tell you a story like this. How many of my stories involve me shopping at Target?
Not that much.
Many of them, right? So if I told you this weekend I went with the boys to Target and they talked me into buying $37 worth of games. And then they saw that Frozen was out and they wanted Frozen and they spent $16. And I asked you, I'm not asking you for the answer, I'm asking you for ways that we would find the answer. What are some ways that we would find the answer if we were solving this problem? Not the actual answer, just ways we can find the answer. Great, I have an answer, I see a couple I'm thinking about it. Please turn and sticky high five your partner. Please share a couple ways you would go about finding the answer. Ready, go. Just whoever, just one. Yeah, what strategies would you use? Like JJ just said she would use splitting. I hear magic bubble. Base 10 blocks. So I hear you talking about base 10 blocks.
Okay, so we could use chunks of 10.
Snap, crackle, and pop. Awesome. 100% of Tiger snap, crackled, and popped and turned towards me. I almost took another one. Okay, what were some strategies that we like to use when we are putting numbers together? John?
Decomposition.
You like to use decomposing? Adam?
I like to use splitting.
Splitting. Malaya?
Money.
You like to use using money. Harmon?
Number line.
Gabby?
Base 10 blocks.
Base 10 blocks. Manny?
Compensation.
See if we have one that's not up here yet. Porter?
Magic bubble.
Magic bubble, our own invented strategy. I believe by Lola, huh?
Yeah.
Adam?
Well, I know I said splitting, but another strategy we created is when Sophia did that strategy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
Sophia
I
did adding up. I remember that.
I did too.
Okay, thank you. Please remember to use your signals. Okay. Morgan, show me a connection. All of these things that we use, oops, I put addition, but it's adding up.
I thought we were going to call it Sophia's strategy.
Okay. All of these strategies that we use, Sophia's strategy, Lola's strategy, decomposing, splitting, jumps of 10, using money, compensation, what do all of those fall under? What kind of a tool are those? Herman?
Number strategy?
Yeah, these are number string strategies.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are all tools that we have. We have our number string strategies, which have so many tools in that toolbox. We have number lines, we have base 10 blocks, so lots of different ways that we can put numbers together. So, these are only 2 sets of numbers, right? We have a 37 and a 16. Sophia?
Can I add one more to the strategies?
I would love that.
Using the next 10?
Using the next 10. You guys, you have so many strategies. You have lots of tools that you can use. Okay. So those are all things that we know. We feel pretty good about those, right? We use those all the time. We use those all the time. Now, since you guys are so good at that, and I know how much you love a challenge, what if I change the story a little bit? Harmon celebrating challenge, I love that. What if I change the story a little bit? What if we spent $37 on games, we spent $16 on a movie, then we spent $63 on groceries and $24 on flowers, and I asked you how much we spent. I'm wondering, would any of these strategies and tools still work to find the answer? I see lots of yeses. I see a couple I'm still thinking about it. Liliana, would these tools and strategies still work if I had 4 numbers instead of 2?
They would still work because even though we always do 2 numbers, we can use them to get the answer for 3-digit numbers, and we can try using them for 4 numbers. We can try using them for 3 numbers, but we always use them for 2 numbers, but that doesn't mean we can use them in a different way.
Would anyone like to add on to what Liliana's saying? Harmon?
Well, it's just like you're doing, it would work because it's just like you're doing 2 numbers, but you just added 2 more numbers. And so it'll still work because you're just adding more numbers to it. Even though the more numbers you get, you can still be able to add it.
Okay. Porter?
Just because you started off with 2 and now you're adding 2 more doesn't mean the strategies won't work because numbers still are numbers.
Okay. Girlene?
It's kind of like you added the first 2 numbers together, and then you added the next 2 numbers together, that equals 1 full number. They add on.
Okay, so I heard Girlene say when you put these numbers together, it equals the whole number. Does anybody remember what addition is? Maya?
addition, it kind of reminds me of a pipe type cold box.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because you said too. A pipe, what's a pipe? What kind of like that? Equals a hole, and then pipe type cold box.
Okay, so Maya's saying that this is a part plus a part equals a whole. John?
So I want to sort of add on to Maya's of the part whole box. It sort of is a part whole box because the games and the movies is one part and the groceries and the flowers is another part. And then if you add those numbers together, it equals the whole.
Okay, so John is saying that the games go here, the movie goes here, the total, right? The groceries and the flowers, and all of those parts plus the part plus the part plus the part equals the whole. So can you have a lot of parts to the whole?
Yes.
Girline?
It's kind of like a whole plus a part equals whole, because games plus movie equals one whole, then that whole becomes a part, then flowers and groceries become another part, and that becomes whole. So the whole turns into a part.
Okay, so Gerline is saying that I can group these as a part, and I can group these as a part, and put them together in that way, or I can do part, 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 part. That's going to come up later, Gerline. That's a really interesting point. Okay, well, we've talked about this, and we've talked about all of our strategies and why all of the strategies still work. But we didn't figure out how much money I spent at Target. You know how I love my base 10 blocks, right? That's like one of my faves. Who would like to come up and build how much I spent on games? Oh, there's so many great thumbs. I'm gonna have to pull a stick. Miley's absent today. He's missing out on the fun. Herman, can you please come and with base 10 blocks build how much I spent on games?
On games, you spent You spent $37. You spent $37
And how did you build that 37?
because, well, I know that for the 30 I had to build 3 tens, and then for the 7 I had to build 7 ones.
Do we agree with Herman or disagree? Awesome, good job, Herman. Who would like to come up and build how much we spent on the movie? I'm gonna go back to the sticks because I love all these thumbs. Adam, can you come up and build the movie right here? How much did we spend on the movie?
You spent 16 for the movie.
How did you build 16?
Well, A 10 would be 1 10 ball, and a 6 would be 6 ones.
Okay, good job, Adam. All right, who's ready to build the biggest number up here? Let's see, drum roll. Sophia! How much should we spend on groceries, Soph? Sophia, describe your number. Would you count it out for me, please?
Here, this is 10 ones just in a stick, which is 10, and then another 10 is 20, 30, 40. Oh,
What did you need to do, Soph?
I forgot one.
Okay.
So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 60, and then 3 ones is 63.
Awesome. Okay, and our last one, and I'm going to scooch these over just the tiniest little bit because we're running out of room. The last one goes to, who's going to build what we spend on flowers? Drum roll, please. Malaya. Can you describe your number that you built?
I built 24.
And how did you build 24?
Because I know 10 plus 10 equals 20, and 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Well
And
done.
all together is 24.
Well done. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we need a cheer for our builders. Malaya, what kind of cheer do you want?
Disco.
Okay, ready? Learn a lot, learn a lot. Okay. Okay, well, I built all these numbers. Now I'm all done.
No.
What?
You have to eat. You have,
Porter, I'm done for the day. I'm just going to go home. I'm all done. Why
You
not?
have to add up all the numbers.
Oh, you mean I have to take this part and this part and this part and this part to find my whole? Would you like to come do that?
So,
Think about your starting point, and remember, you can move them any way you want to now that they're built.
the 20 plus the 10 would equal 30.
You can even erase the addition signs, whatever you want to do. Move it how you want it.
And then 30 plus 60 would be 90. Plus 10 would be 100. So I got rid of all of these.
Would you like to make a trade?
Yeah. So we had 100, and then there's nothing to add these two tens up with, so we have 120, and
7 plus 3 is 10. So you would get rid of all these ones and trade it for 110. Which would be 130. And 6 plus 4 is 10. So you would trade it again for a 10. And your answer would be 140.
Do we agree with Porter? So let me guess. It's Porter. What sort of cheer do you want?
Disco.
You guys are addicted to the disco cheer. Okay, ready?
Learn a lot. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sophia, I'm not going to disco alone. You got to get into it, girl. Okay.
I'm not gonna pick it.
Okay. So we use base 10 blocks. There's two other, which is one of our strategies, which is the one we used right here. You guys also know I'm sort of crazy about number lines. Does anybody want to give this a shot on a number line? I love all these thumbs. I keep choosing Wiley and he's not here. Taylor, come on down. I have to put the pieces. Okay, explain your thinking, please, Taylor.
So first you would start with the biggest number on the number line, so 63.
Why did you start with 63, Taylor? That's not first.
Because you always, on the number line, you would always start with the biggest number, so it would be easier to go along on your strategy.
Oh, okay.
So then you should take, for the 37, so take one jump of 10, and that would be 73. And then another jump of 10, and that would be 83. And one more jump of 10, and that would be 93. So we would just cross off the 37, and then you would do 24 jumps. So
Taylor, what number were you building?
30. Oh, I forgot the 7. So I take one jump of 7, and that would be 100. Now you would do 24. So I'm gonna do one jump of 20, and that's 120. Plus 4 equals 124. But now you just have to do 16 more jumps. And then that would be one jump of 10. That would be a 134. And then one jump of 6. And that would be 140.
I love the celebrating for our friend. Nicely done. Taylor, what kind of a cheer do you want?
Disco.
Okay, ready?
Learn a lot.
Okay, so I think we're gonna need space for this one. So I hate to erase all this really good math, but so far we have 140 using a number line, 140 using base 10 blocks.
You can't erase mine.
Who would like the challenge of trying a number string strategy? I'm gonna let you think about it for just a minute.
Why couldn't you just take a picture?
I know, I take pictures of the math we do all the time, huh? Because I'm a math nerd, but today we need the space. Okay, number string strategy. Lily, come on down.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with.
Hold on, Lily, before you start. Track, Lily.
Track Lily, track Lily, track Lily. So I'm gonna start with the lowest numbers because each number has a 10. So you can see 7 and 3 makes a 10, and 6 and 4 makes a 10. I want to start with the lowest numbers.
Lily, how did you notice that those were friendly tens? Don't you have to add them in the order that you see them? Why not?
It's addition. It doesn't matter which which number you start with.
Okay, so I can move any of those parts around. Okay.
So I have a 16 and 24. And I'm going to take the 4 away from the 24 and add it to the 16. That becomes 20. And this becomes 20. I took away the 4 from the 24 to make a friendly 10.
Okay.
And then 20 and 20 equals 40. So I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to do 37 and 63. And I'm going to take away the 3 from the 63 and add it to the 77. And that equals 40. And this equals 60. And 40 and 60 equals 100. And 40 plus 100 equals 140.
Lily, what strategy did you use both times?
Compensation.
You did use compensation. Interesting that it worked both times. Lily, what kind of a cheer do you want?
Disco.
Okay, you have to do it too. Learning a lot. Okay, friends, we did some really cool math, and guess what? Like always, we did some cool math together. Then it's going to be your turn to do some cool math with a partner. Yes, I love the cheering for math. And then we're going to share out on the Elmo. So here, this is going to be the situation this time. Today is opening day of baseball, which is like my favorite time of year. But this weekend we were saying goodbye to baseball, and we kind of watched some old football highlights. We were watching some 49er highlights. So we were watching some highlights, and we watched some different plays. And in one play, Colin Kaepernick threw for 47 yards. It's a pretty long throw, right? Then on the next one, it was a running play, and they ran 23 yards. The next time, it was another running play, and it was 35 yards. And then finally, on the very last one, it was 45 yards. How many yards did we watch them run for? And now look, I see you guys all busy solving. I see your brains computing. And just like we did up here, I'm going to ask you to do with a partner. First, you need to build your expression with base 10 blocks. Then you need to draw your expression and make it into an equation by finding the answer. Then I would like you to double check your work, because today what we're doing is we're solving using base 10 blocks, and then we're checking our work using other strategies. I would like you to show your work on a number line, just like Taylor did that fabulous example. Then I would like you to show your work doing a number string strategy. You can choose whatever strategy fits your brain the best. And finally, I want you to write your add-ins and your sum into a number sentence. And then you're gonna write a word problem with the same numbers, okay? Show me a thumbs up if you understand the instructions. You may work with a partner. Ready? Everybody listen up, ready? I'm gonna let you choose your own partners today. Here is the deal though. You must make good choices. Tell me what a good partner for you looks like. Thanks, Miranda, for using your college cues. Miranda, what does it look like to have a good partner for yourself?
Well, if you're like best friends with somebody, and you know that you and her or you and him are gonna talk and play with each other during work, that's not a good partner. A good partner is you will just focus on your work and you will like chit chat about what you did at dinner, what you ate at dinner, and what they did.
Miranda, I think I'm hearing you say that your conversation should be focused on math. I should hear math talk. So you may choose your own partner. I'm going to, I will do a sticky high five for choosing partners. I think we'd like you to work at the tables. I know we usually work wherever you want in the room. I think we'd like you to work at tables so that we can hear your amazing conversations. You do not have to sit at your own seat. I'm going to excuse you. You may go to your own desk, get your worksheet and a pencil once you sticky high five your partner. So remember to make good choices. I also will be walking around and looking for exemplars of people to explain their thinking on the Alamo. Are there any questions before we begin? Lily?
Well, it's mostly just a comment. One group of people have to have 3 because there's only 21 people in our class.
Well, I think we have some absences, and I think we have a couple people not here, so we'll work it out once we get there. Okay, any questions about the activity before we get started? These are important questions, things that you must have answered before you get started. Otherwise, we're not making good use of our time. Is it something you can answer with your partner? Miranda?
Do we have to have partners?
You never have to have a partner. If you want to work by yourself, you can. It's hard to have really good math conversations with yourself and not look crazy, though. I'm just saying. Sophia?
How long is it going to take?
You will have enough time to work. And if you don't finish, we'll still have some people share out. Okay, so I want you to silently find a partner and signal to me that, whoa, I didn't say go. And signal to me that you're partners by sticky high-fiving, and I'll give you a thumbs up before you go. Please silently sticky high-five a partner by the time I get to 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, great. Some people have chosen to work by themselves, and that's fine too. Please silently make your way to your seats, get your materials, and then decide with your partner where you're going to work.
Where should we work?
Ladies and gentlemen, I changed some of my numbers. This is 25. Would you build 47 for me? Using the base 10 blocks.
Okay, so 4. I'll build 47. You can build 23. Here, you can build. I'll build 20. But I'm reading what they said. You can build 30. 35 and 25. And I will bring her.
I'll go 23 and 35, okay?
Just start already.
I'll go 47 and 25, okay? Okay? So,
let's see. So let's see what we have here. Here's rock. That's so. Yes, I grabbed 7 right out of the bag. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 35.
I think what would help here, Maya, is if you actually built them so you could see them. Because you guys are using a number string strategy right here. But I don't know that you actually have seen it with the base 10 blocks, and today we're building with the base 10 blocks. You and Maya have different answers though, so that's why I'm actually asking if you actually physically built it. I think since we have some different answers, we need to actually make sure that we build it. You guys are choosing not to build with the blocks, you're drawing them? Do you tell me about that decision that you made?
so we're going to draw and then we're going to do all of the
Oh, okay, so you feel like you don't need the base 10 blocks. You feel like you can just draw them and that's good enough for you?
Let's see what I have here. We're going to do a jumper. You know how to write it. We're just going to build it and then write it. Because, well, I want to do this because, like, I make a mistake or I built it so I can check how I built it and I can correct that when I make a mistake.
Okay, that sounds like you've got a plan, Liliana.
Okay.
'Keegan, how do you let me know if you need me? Porter, I think that you need to actually build it because I think you need to actually build it.
I'm doing this to check my answer.
I think that's a good plan.
And so now I need a bell. Yes, yes.
I don't have it. I'll bring some tomorrow. My mom likes carrot.
Okay.
It's all 0.7. That was on an accident. That one equals
5 plus 5. 2. I need to use it by the pencil. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's add 30
Yeah, it's 130.
Yeah, it's 130. So the answer is 130. So 47 plus 20. 57.
Why do you think I actually wanted you to build it with the base 10 blocks instead of just drawing it, Lila?
If you just try it, you notice that you count them all together.
What's the numbers?
It helps to see it.
Yeah, and
Even though we're really comfortable with them, it helps us still to put our hands on them and use them and see them.
So now
Where are you at, Maya? How's it
start
going?
on 47.
Maya, when you get your answer, will you talk about it with your neighbors and just check in? Okay, let's talk about jumps.
100.
Go ahead and erase that for me, hon.
Not like that. 100.
Oh.
100. So like this.
Can I use your eraser? I mean, Grillian, can I use your eraser real quick?
Sure, Piggy would like to do anything, but do not use his ear or arm. You're about to break. Okay, and 40. So use his head. So 40 plus 20 equals 60. Wait, so Sophia. Can you see a capital 7 down here? 100 and 3 times, right? Right? So 100. Can I borrow a 10?
Let's use the strategy of starting with our biggest number first. What's our biggest number? Okay, so go ahead and put 47 there.
60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. It's 130. 90 plus 10.
Okay, so let's do all our jumps of 10 first. Can you do 2 jumps of 10?
That's 10. Okay, so we write 1.
Okay.
30? Is it 130? Where's 30? Is it 130?
Okay,
Is it 130?
so that one's taken care of. Now can you do 3 more jumps of 10?
Alright. Wait, we gotta double check our work. I'm sorry. 117 plus erase this. We need to double check our work. Piggy wants to do it on 25. 125. Another 130.
Okay, so we should have
Okay, so we
should have 5 jumps of 10. So 10, 20.
We need to do a number line.
Okay, so we got those.
No.
Now can you do 2 more jumps of 10?
We have to double check our work, remember? No, we have to double check it.
Yes, ma'am. Good job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Where are we at?
It's 1.
I should have
No, we have to.
I counted you all up. It's
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 1 more jump of 10.
25, 35.
And at 107.
Money numbers and other than that.
So let's flip it over and do numbers.
No, we have to do a number from here to double check our work.
We don't need to.
Yeah, we have
Bill for explanation.
Okay, now look, I have a 5 and a 5. That's a jump of what? Okay, so why don't you do a jump of 10 from there?
Mrs. Frakes. So, Sophia.
Okay, and then I have a
Wait,
3
we need to
left.
double
Can you
check
do a
our
jump of 3?
With a number strategy right here.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. That's all it says when Mrs. Frakes said we had to double check our work.
We need to double check it by.
I'm at 127. Count up 3 spaces.
And then check.
Sophia, no, it's like this. Okay, let's do a number strategy. What's the number?
Circle that. Would you be willing to share that?
Number line.
Mrs. Frakes, do we have to double check our work right here?
What number did you? Okay. No, if you built that and you feel comfortable with it, go ahead and use a number line now.
10, 20, 30, 40.
Wait, no, let's start with the biggest number.
That's 47. And then the next highest number is 35.
Take jump of 20. Wait, no, not 20. 30.
Oh yeah, 30. Now let's see
So that's 77.
Well, let's count up all your 10s. Or let's count by 10s. Ready?
and then a jump of 3,
4, 5, 6, 7. Wait.
7, 8, 7, 8,
No, 5. 5. We're doing 35.
35.
Okay, now let's count up all your
You're
ones.
about to fall off.
So here I have 5 and 5.
Wait.
So how much is 5 plus 5?
3. We need a 5.
Okay, so now I have 100 and, so I'm adding 10,
Wait, no,
so what would I have?
first. That makes it 10. Sophia. How about let's do
I have
3
110 plus 10 more.
No.
So I have 100, 110.
Because that makes it 10,
What's
and then
this?
let's do it 2, okay?
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and do your 120 right here.
80. And then after 80, we need to do 2.
Okay, and then here I have 7 and 3. Can you count up 7 and here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3. Can you count those together for me, please?
82. 82? Yeah. So,
So 120 plus
okay,
10.
so
What would
we
you
did
have?
these ones so we can cross them out. No, we did 47 and 35. We did 47 and 35. We did 47.
So I have 100 and 100, 110, 120. There you go.
We did 47 and 35.
What's your answer?
Now we do these. So a jump of 20. 25. Okay. A jump of
This number says 1,030. How can you make that say 130?
82.
Now I want you to give us a try on a number. I'm doing a number string strategy. I want you to add
And then we have
47 and 23,
5. Done. 5.
and then 35 and 25. Okay.
So then let's cross that out, and we have 23 left. Can you do the bottom if you want to?
5 more minutes of work time.
Wait, 40, 50, 60, 70.
Sorry. Honey, but let's just worry about what you're doing. And let Maya worry about what Maya's doing. How's it going, gentlemen?
Well, I was doing this, like, here's how I did my number line.
That's interesting. You built each number at the same time. I wonder if anybody did you do your number line the same way, Keegan? Oh, Keegan, you did all your jumps of 10 up front. That's interesting. Cool. You may read quietly, or you can create your own number strings on your whiteboard. We're going to correct in about 3 minutes. Awesome. How's it going? Create your number strings. There's really not that long, Lily, by the time you got work out of your mailbox.
Now, 48. I'm going to do 82. This one, okay, and I'm going to do It'll just fall out.
2 minutes of work time.
Okay, let me get it. I ate 47. Can I use Piggy?
Which strategy fit your brain the best out of all of those? Which tool works for you the best? You have the most practice with number strings that fits your brain the best.
I usually practice at home too.
You practice your number strings at home?
My numbers, and then I do them on my like. I do that sometimes still, but I used to like always
like give my dad numbers and see if he could add them, but I didn't even know this.
Did you teach your dad number string strategies?
Can I do that?
Can you do more? Yes, awesome.
I would give my dad like I don't know, like huge numbers like 1,000 plus 100 plus like 70, and I then I would ask which is that equal, and I didn't exactly know what it equals, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh, it's like this. And then he got the same answer. He got the same answer as me every time, but one time I got it wrong, so he had to. Does it work?
Ready, set, stop.
Hands on top!
Thank you to Malaya, who put her hands on her head. Thank you, Gerline. Thank you, Nat, Gabby, and JJ. I'm waiting for about 4 friends. Thank you. When I say go, I would like you to, at a level 0, head back to your own spots with your work. We have some friends who are going to share out on the Elmo. Please clean up your base 10 blocks before you go. Ready? Go. We like to move it, move it. 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 If you have a pink star on your... Wait, Lily, you are excited, huh? If you have a pink star on your using base 10 blocks. Lily, can you zoom in the Elmo, Lily, and explain your thinking? Curling, can you scooch up or turn a little bit?
There. Too close.
Okay, talk us through your thinking, Lily.
Okay. So first I built the numbers with base 10 blocks, and then I drew them on, and okay. So and then I added the base 10 blocks together. So 40 plus 20 equals 60, and 60 plus 30 equals 90, 90 plus 20 equals 110, and then 7 plus 3 equals 10, 10 plus 5 equals 15, and 15 plus 5 equals 20, and 110 plus 20 equals 130, and now I gotta draw that out with base 10 blocks. So I have this base, well, not base 10 block, 100 block, and then 3 10 sticks.
Are there any questions for Lily? No? Make a connection if you built yours pretty much in the same way. Okay, thank you, Lily. We'll get to that point. We're not to the word problems yet. Can I please have, if you have a pink star on your number line, would you please come up and share your thinking? That's okay, we have plenty of time, Keegan.
So,
Malaya, can I stop you for just a second? Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we've been doing math today in kind of a little bit of a different way than we usually do it. We're coming to the end, so we really need to focus. So please track Malaya.
track Malaya, track Malaya. So, Mrs. Frakes gave me a little bit help because I didn't really get it. So We started with 2 jumps of 10 on the number line.
Where did we get those 2 jumps of 10, Malaya?
Because you splitted the 23 into 20 and 3.
Okay.
So I got 2 jumps of 10 and I landed on 67. And then we did 3 more jumps of 10 and I landed on 97. And then we did 20 jumps of 10, which is 2 jumps of 10. And we landed on 117. And then we did 13 jumps. And we landed on 130.
All right. Malaya, what did you need in order for that to fit your brain? What was the part that helped you understand how to do that number line?
The splitting part.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say you needed to split those numbers into jumps of 10s and jumps of 1 for it to fit your brain. Okay, awesome. Lily, we forgot a cheer for you. I'm sorry, but Malaya, what kind of a cheer do you want?
Disco.
I just like to tease you. Ready? Learning a lot. Learning a lot. Keegan, quickly share your number line, sir.
I used the biggest numbers first, which was 47. I added the 20 to it, and then that equaled 67. And then I got 3, and then I added 3 to it, and that equaled 70. So that made a friendly 10. So then I had a 30, and I knew it would make an 100. So that made it easier. So I added the 30 to it, and that equaled 100. And then 100 plus 5 equals 105, and then 105 plus 20 would equal 125. And then 125 plus 5 would equal 130.
Pretty awesome, Keegan. So Keegan was able to take different kinds of jumps. He took jumps of 20 and 30. Did he land on the same place?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're still moving the same number of spaces on the number line. Okay, we're going to quickly share a couple number string strategies.
So I started out with the biggest numbers, which was 47 and 35. I split the 47 into 42 and 5, and the 35 into a 30 and a 5. I split the 7 into 2 and 5, so I could cancel out the 5s and make a 10.
So you did some decomposing in there, huh? Cool.
And then I did the 40 and the 30, which was 70, plus the 10 that the 5s made, which made it 80. And then I added the 2 left over from the 7, which got me to 87. And then I added in 25. I split it into 20, 2, and 3. I added the 2's together, which made 84. And then I added the 3 with the 4, which equaled 7. And then 80 plus 20 was 100. Plus the 7 was 107. And then I added in the 20 and the 3. I mean the 20 and the 23. And I split it into 20 and 3. I did 7 plus 3 was 10. And then 10, and then the 10 plus 20 was 30, but it's in the 100, so it's 130. and 20 because there were no 10s in the 100. It was just 107. And then I had 120, and then I added in the 10 from the 7 and the 3, which equaled 130.
Awesome. Porter, what kind of a chair do you want? Anything besides the disco chair.
The grr.
Ooh, Porter, you're great. Okay, Lola and then John, and then I'm gonna have Taylor share out her word problem.
So I was gonna do another one, but I didn't have time to. So, because I had extra time. So what I did was splitting, and what I kind of did was whenever I blocked these two numbers out, and then so I was just focusing on 47 and 23, and I split the 47 into a 40 and a 7, the 23 into a 20 and a 3, and wait, what? I had a thing on here.
Ooh, well, fix it. What could you do about that?
Well, I accidentally put this. I accidentally did this. I meant to do this, and then that, because I accidentally put the 20 and the 7. And so and then the 7 plus 3 equals 10. And then 40 plus 2 equals 60. 40 plus 20 equals 60. And then 60 plus 10 equals 70. And then I split the 35. And then so I was done with this one because 70 was my answer for this one. And so 35 plus 3, so I split the 35 into a 30 and a 5, and the 25 into a 20 and a 5, and then I know that 5 plus 5 equals 10, and then 30 plus 20 equals 50, and then 50 plus 10 equals 60, 60 plus 70 equals 130.
Awesome. So Lola did splitting. Lola, what chair would you like?
The girl one.
Lola, you are great. Okay, John, last number string strategy.
So what I did was sort of compensation and splitting. So I sort of did what Lola did. I blocked out these two numbers. So I had 47 and 23. And so I took away 3 from the 23 and added it to the 47. And the 47 became 50 and the 23 became 20. And so I added 50 plus 20, that equaled 70. And then I split 70 into 70 and 0. So I blocked that space out. And then I took away 5 from the 25 and added it to the 35. The 35 became 40, and the 25 became 20. And 40 plus 20 equals 60. I split 60 into 60 and 0. And then I know 70 plus, well, I know my addition facts. So if I blocked out the zeros, it'd be 7 plus 6, and I know 7 plus 6 is 13, and then I just add the zeros back, and so I got my answer 130.
Awesome. Thank you, John. John, what kind of a cheer do you want?
Fireworks.
Oh, yay, something new. Ready? Okay, Taylor, will you share your word problem? Would you read your word problem to us, Taylor?
One day I planted 47 flowers in my garden. Then I planted 23 flowers in my garden. Now I planted 35 flowers in my garden. Finally, I planted 25 flowers in my garden. I have 130 flowers altogether.
All right, so you included your answer. Nicely done. Okay, Taylor, what kind of cheer do you want?
I want fireworks.
Yay, ready? So, Tigers, track Mrs. Frakes.
Track Mrs. Frakes, track Mrs. Frakes, track Mrs. Frakes.
Great, I have Maya's eyes, I have JJ's eyes. Hi, Miranda. Hi, Adam. I'm waiting for two friends. Tigers, when you go home tonight and you're talking with your family about what you did at math, what are you going to tell them you did at math today?
We got videotaped.
You did do that, but what else did you do?
We had
Lola, what did you do at math today?
We did build a number, and we had to build a number with 4 numbers.
Yeah, we did build a number with 4 numbers today. We also did some really interesting things. We noticed that we can apply strategies that we already use. Like I believe John used compensation, Lola used splitting, Porter kind of did a combination of strategies to double check our work. We worked on number lines. Malaya did jumps of 10. Keegan did jumps of 20 and 30. So we used all different kinds of strategies to add 4 2-digit numbers today. Strategies we already know, we just applied them in a different way and double checked our work using multiple strategies. So Tigers, hands in the air. Pat yourself on the back. High five a neighbor. And done.